The Forge of Light is back, and this week we've got the Kingslayer and the Fang of Ashkari, which are very strong artifacts, but should you pull for them or save your keys for another time? Stick around in this video for my pulls and my advice for the Forge of Light. Hello my friends, welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and today's video is sponsored by the makers of Call of Dragons. And if you're already subscribed to my channel, then you've seen my artifact review video where I talk about the fact that Kingslayer is an absolutely beast artifact, arguably one of the strongest artifacts in the game. So should you want to get this thing? Hell yeah. Even the Fang of Ashkari is a pretty solid artifact as far as infantry artifacts go. So in this video, I want to do the following things. First, I want to review what these artifacts do and if you should pull from them. Then we'll go over the bundles and what they contained, since I max purchased the bundle today. And I have 180 keys. I'll do some number of pulls. I personally am looking to get more of the Kingslayer, so that's what I'll do. We'll also review some of the probabilities for the other artifacts you can get in this event, which are pretty damn good. And also, I'm going to rip open like 80 gold keys. So if there's anything in particular you want to see, use the timestamps to navigate to the part that you want. And thank you again for subscribing to the channel for these daily videos designed to help level up your gameplay in Call of Dragons. Let's start with the Kingslayer. Why is it one of the top artifacts in the game? It gives you cavalry unit attack for your dust. It gives you legion unit attack for your star level, 24 and 22% respectively. But more importantly, it makes it so that you can hit 5 enemies in an arc for an upwards of 3,600 damage. That damage is reduced by 15% per additional target that you're hitting. But if another lord that's targeted has fewer than 10% of units remaining in their march, then it is immediately defeated, which is insane. So that's why you swing into a weak enemy and you deliver, as advertised, royal punishment from the Kingslayer. Now, this does only have a 600 rage cost for activation, which is insanely low. So the Kingslayer is the best cavalry artifact. It's very, very, very good. There are other cool cavalry options that give you mobility. This is pure punch, and there's value in having pure punch. The other option that you could wish for here is the Fang of Ashkari, and this is okay. What's interesting is that it gives Legion defense for both Dust and Star level, 24 and 22% respectively. However, it has a rage cost of only 400, so it's even faster to activate. And what does it do? It does area of effect damage, okay? Every 2 seconds, you can hit up to 4 legions within the circle that you put on the ground. Now, that circle does not move around. It stays in the place on the ground. It doesn't move with your march. And it does an upwards of 1,000 damage factor. So that is a total of 4,000 damage factor. Okay, that's 4 ticks of 1,000 damage factor across 4 total marches. So it's a lot of total damage factor. And okay, it does do less damage per target when there are additional targets. Now, the Fang of Ashkari is good. And if we look at the infantry unit itself, I want to call out a bit of a vulnerability here, which is that infantry have moderate defense, but the real stat you want to boost is health. The highest base stat on your swordsmen or your infantry is going to be your hit points. So ideally you boost hit points. I suppose boosting your defense is also very good because the unit is very tanky. Really, the sort of last thing you might want to do is boost your attack, but this depends in part on what strategy you run with your infantry. Are you running really punchy infantry, or are you trying to make a really, really tanky, high counterattack march? Hard to say, but I generally would lean toward a couple other artifacts being really, really good. And pro tip, you probably didn't know you could do this, but if you hit the replace button and then scroll down, it'll show every artifact, even the ones that you don't have. And this is really critical in seeing, hey, what other things might you want instead of the Fang of Ashkari for your infantry? And there's actually 2 really wicked choices. One is Greymar's Warhammer. This does an area of effect stun. The other is the Dragon Scale Armor. This does a huge boosting effect and a shield that is just very, very strong, and it boosts infantry hit points, which is really critical. I think this is probably the best item, although I really love this right over here, Greymar's Warhammer. The area of effect stun is just absolutely freaking wicked. So as far as infantry items go, I just don't think Fang of Ashkari is near the top. The other consideration that I want to show you is that at the end of the day, in this particular set of pulls, these are both items that you could get just from your regular artifact compendiums. So, I mean, yeah, you can spend your special keys if you want, getting artifacts you could have got any old day of the week, with an increased chance, of course, of getting the ones that you really wanted. But I would say that in general, you want to hoard your keys for the artifacts that you cannot get any other way. And so if you are a low spender or free to play, I would actually stay away from this particular Forge of Light, because sure, it's nice you can choose between Kingslayer and Fang of Ashkari. I think Kingslayer is the better choice. But these are also ones you can get from your regular artifact keys. So save your keys for a time when you can't actually obtain the artifact any other way. And there are plenty of really good artifacts, like the two I was just showing you for infantry, that are probably more exciting. Now, the other thing that's really interesting, though, about this particular pull is that there is a limited set of secondary artifacts. And these are pretty decent. Like Shadow Blades is in there, and Phoenix Eye is in there, which is amazing. So it's interesting to see two really good artifacts in there. Springbird Feather is cute and good utility, but in a fight where you don't need it, you just lose to the enemy that has stats and damage from their artifact, you know? I haven't actually used the Wolf Woman of Healer yet. That could be cool, but I don't know. It's big utility, and when it's good, it's like really good, but the rest of the time it's like, okay, Kingslayer just always gets you value. I'd rather have that. And Lucia's Horn is, of course, a gathering item. So, you know, I would be like really, really, really happy to pull a Phoenix Eye out of this. I would be ecstatic, actually. And Shadow Blades would be amazing. That is the best marksman item, in my opinion. So I'd feel really good about that. Short of a marksman item, by the way, that's coming in the future, but we can talk about that another time here. So the thing I'll show you before I do these polls, and again, consider subscribing if you're getting value from this video, is the contents of the bundle. Here is the $100 bundle, $50 bundle, $20 bundle, $10 bundle, and the $5 bundle for the Treasure Forge. If you're a super light spender, I think your best ratio of keys here is 3 keys for $5. But, you know, the ratio doesn't change all that much when you go to the other tiers of the bundle. So let's go now and do some pulls, baby. And I am freaking hyped. And after that, we'll do our gold key pulls. I got 75 gold keys. Definitely got to blast through those. So here we go, chat. Forge of Light. We're back at it again. We're going for a Kingslayer. I think I just want to get a Kingslayer and then stop and then hoard my keys for some other time. Let's just see how it's going, okay? Let's just see how it's going, and then we'll make our choices. We've done now 10 pulls with no legendary. We're going to keep track because there is a pity counter at 90. Here we go. 20 pulls, no legendary. Okay, the epics I want to hold on to, because if you've seen my other videos, you know that in later seasons, the artifacts will go to 5 and 6 stars, and you need the epics to get there. So epic fodder is not bad. Okay, now we go, and we're up to 30 pulls with no legendary. Bit of a GG. Cloak of Stealth is fine. All right, here we go. 40 pulls, no legendary. F's in the chat for your boy Chisgule. Okay, here we go. 50 pulls. Come on, man. I need a legendary. What is going on here? Okay, 50 pulls, no legendary. Chat, this is fine. I'm not on copium. 60 pulls, no legendary. Chat, we're going to pity. I'm going to go to pity today. Do me a huge favor. Pity me and throw a like on the video. I appreciate you. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. 70 pulls, no legendary, chat. This is not looking good for your boy Cheesy Pants over here. Okay, are we up to 80 pulls now? Is this 80 pulls? Bro. Okay, 80 pulls, and Chisgule gets a legendary. Let me tell you something. If it's a Phoenix Eye, then it was worth it. Okay? If it's a Shadow Blades, then it was worth it. If it's a Kingslayer, then it was worth it. Come on! Oh, it's so painful. Chat, it's so painful. The Wolf Woman of Healer. Wow. Well, the Wolf Woman of Healer is not what I wanted to see. That is a huge rip. Okay. So the pity counter starts all over. And here we go. 10 pulls. All right. GG. By the way, if you wanted to see, you can see we were +1 on the wish counter over here. So if you don't fish your wish twice, if I don't get a Kingslayer one more time, 2 times total, then the third time I'm guaranteed to get a Kingslayer. That's how this works. 20 pulls. Let's go! Okay, we did it in 20 pulls, chat. Let's go. Okay. Hey, baby, we're back in business. Hello? Hello? Okay? I mean, we got the Kingslayer, baby. We got the Kingslayer, baby. Wicked. That's amazing. Do I just stop pulling and hoard my keys? Like, I sort of would say the answer is yes. Let's see here. It reset the pity counter. Yeah, see, it reset the pity counter because I got what I fished my wish before pity. So this is interesting because I really want to unlock this, and I really want to have this, and I obviously want more of this, but I also really, really, really want other things. Not exactly more, but let me explain. Like I said earlier in the video, I can get this artifact, okay, from the regular artifact keys. I am definitely going to buy that pop-up, by the way, okay? So the thing is that there are artifacts I have that I can't get any other way. Like, if I had had more keys to pull for Infernal Flame, man, I wish I'd had them, okay? If I show you that little trick, and subscribe if you haven't already, because, you know, I'm giving you the tricks here. You hit replace, scroll down. You can see all the other artifacts here. A Greymar's Warhammer, I want to max this, man. I want to max this. I want to absolutely max Dragon Scale Armor when it shows up. I probably want to absolutely max Viola's Bow, which, you know, does rectangle area of effect damage, but also silences the target from using their artifact skills, which is wicked. I, at some point, probably want to max the Visage of Sanctus for, you know, my flying units, my flying march, specifically Atheists, who, you know, okay, it'll be a while before this is what I want to do. And then there's Acid Breath from the Breath of Gargantus, which also looks pretty cool. Targets 10 enemy legions, is in a designated circle, inflicting defense break. Dude, that seems cool. And does that defense break stack with Nico? Does Nico do extra damage with that? I don't know. All that to say, I think I hold my remaining keys and hoard them like crazy because my understanding is that the next pulls I'm going to have are in fact going to be for this bad boy right over here, the Dragon Scale Armor, and I'm told I want to max that. So I think I chill for now, and I buy the bundle every day, and I accumulate the keys, and then I'm in a good spot, okay? Okay, one more quick addition, by the way. Case in point, I opened up the 10 keys from that bundle. I just bought it. And what do I get? A Kingslayer from the regular keys. I feel like that so perfectly illustrates my point. I had to edit this in after I had already finished recording because this is just so nuts. So yeah, save your Forge of Light keys for artifacts you can only get from the Forge of Light. Makes a lot of sense to me, man. But while we're here, let's go and open up all the gold keys as I promised, all right? So I feel like my pulls went pretty good, actually. Started off really rough, finished very strong. Now we open up these gold keys. I have a big pass opening coming up very, very soon. So I got to pull everything I've got and drop it into my account to try to power up as much as I can before this fight. We're looking for legendaries from these gold keys, please. Alwyn was a good pickup in the last pull because I might end up using him, but probably not. Legendary, give me Nika. Okay, fished my wish, baby. Fished my wish. Don't do that every day. I don't do that every day, chat. Okay, cool. More keys. Epic. GG. Panda's really good for me right now. She's about to become my main gatherer, so that's kind of cool. Gonna use her for the pit. All right, and legendary. Let's go. Come on. Bro, double Nika, let's go! Okay. Chat, that's really hyped. That's really hype. Wow, dude, gold keys in this game are absolutely cracked, man. All right, we got Atheist to show up. That's fine. And I think I can exchange a bunch of stuff and get 5 more keys. More pan. Bro, let's freaking go. Let's go get some more gold keys using the exchange. If you haven't seen this, pro tip, use this. Goblin Market, hit the recycle icon, okay? Pick the heroes you've already maxed, like Atheist. I have him maxed, confirm. And that's actually the only exchanging I can do right now. That's fine. And I can get more gold keys. How many gold keys can I get? 4 gold keys? 4 gold keys. So close to having another 10 pull. GG. 1 more key needed. Let's go and do a few hero upgrades because we can do a few of those now, hopefully. Looks like Nika. Oh, man. Please continue on my luck spree. Please. Anything but the second skill. Come on. Come on! Let's go! Okay. That was probably the best place it could go because the earlier increments of this gives you 2% boosts, but that gave me a 4% boost on my attack. I mean, look, it ain't much, but I'll freaking take it. 5-1-5-1 Nika. I would actually rather have the counterattack damage. It's a bit of a rip, but it's only 10% more over here. Bro, my Nika's looking great. Actually, this is going super well. Wow. Okay. And then Pan, we get the guaranteed gathering skill over here, which is actually a huge W. Love to see it. I'll take it. And that was a really great set of polls overall. I'm very happy with those outcomes. I'm going to be doing some big preparations for arguably one of the biggest fights that's ever happened in Call of Dragons. And that's with the folks in DNS. And it's just going to be an absolutely massive brawl. We have ballooned up in power so much. I'm just going to show this to you. We are now a 4 billion power alliance. It is cracked, man. Okay, this is season 1. And if I look at the rankings, okay, we look at the alliance power. DNS is at 3.2, and they'll probably add more members. Yeah, they got room for more members. They'll shoot up more, but like we gained a power lead here, which is really nuts. So we have a ton more mid-tier players in that like 20 to 50 mil power range, and they have way more players that are in the 75 mil plus range, which means they got a lot of T5 troops. So it's going to be a hell of a fight. And I'm really, really hyped that we have a great group to be fighting against. And win or lose, we're going to have a lot of fun fighting when other servers are probably just twiddling their thumbs kind of bored. So if you want to see one of the biggest fights in Call of Dragons go down, it's happening, well, I guess today as of the time that you'll be watching this. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And every single time we get one of these artifact events to show up, I'm going to max it. I'm going to max the bundles, and I'm going to crack open however many times I think makes sense on the Forge of Light. So in summary on this Forge of Light, if you want to go for Kingslayer, I think it's amazing. If you're spending gems on Forge of Light, then I think maxing Kingslayer is a great idea. If you need to be more selective, which, let's be real, 99% of us and those watching need to do, then I think this is one you can pass because you can actually get these from your regular artifact keys. And the thing you really want to focus on is the artifacts you cannot get from your regular artifact keys. Until next time, you have fun smashing the kingdom, and I'll have cards in the end screen for the last fights we had against DNS, both in Zone 1 and in Zone 2. They were really crazy. I hope you enjoy those live streams.